You know, what if the biggest thing stopping someone from starting a new career wasn't their skill or their drive, but just the hassle of getting started? Today, we're going to look at a blueprint from a beauty academy in Kentucky that's doing more than just training professionals. They're building a genuine workforce powerhouse. So let's break down their unique model and see what it can mean for the future of all kinds of professional training.
All right, let's just start with a number that'll make your jaw drop. This isn't the valuation of some tech startup. Nope. This is the estimated annual economic impact of a single beauty academy in Louisville. So how on earth does one school generate up to $50 million in value for its community every single year? Well, that's the big question we're here to answer.
The secret is, the Louisville Beauty Academy, or LBA, doesn't really see itself as just a school. It's a dedicated workforce engine, and its success is built on this really surprising combo: genuine compassion, really strict discipline, and an absolute, unwavering commitment to state regulations. It's that unique mix that truly makes them different. So, that huge economic number we just saw, the engine behind it is this: a constant stream of talent. LBA has produced nearly 2,000 licensed graduates, which just blows the average school out of the water. This is no small program. It's a pipeline of professionals pouring right into the workforce. So how do they do it? Well, it all comes down to 3 core pillars. Okay, pillar number 1. This is where things get really interesting. It's a complete rethink of how students even get into education in the first place. They call it the walk-in revolution, and it's all about one thing: tearing down every single barrier that stands between a motivated person and their very first day of training. This right here, this is their entire philosophy in a nutshell. Think about it. In most schools, motivation has a shelf life, right? You get excited, but then you hit waiting lists, semester start dates, and all that excitement just fades. LBA's model is built to capture that motivation the second it strikes. They believe the system should meet the student's readiness, not the other way around. And they are not kidding. Just imagine this. You wake up one morning and decide, I want a new career. You could literally walk into LBA with your documents, sign a digital contract, make your first payment, and be sitting in your first class that same afternoon. All the usual friction, it's just gone. And here's that difference in action. On the one side, you have the traditional model. It's a maze of appointments and waiting for the right start date. On the other side, you've got LBA's model, which is basically just an open door. It replaces a high-pressure sales process with total transparency and rigid start dates with start whenever you're ready. It's a completely different mindset. All right, so you might be thinking, radical accessibility sounds a little chaotic, right? How does this all hold together? Well, let's move to our second pillar. This whole system is built on an incredibly robust foundation of digital-first compliance. And this isn't just about being efficient. It's about protecting the student at every single step. They call it digital accountability. Basically, it means every single hour of training, every service performed, every dollar paid is tracked with verifiable data. There's no guesswork. This makes sure that a student's record is always 100% accurate and defensible, which in a state-licensed industry is absolutely crucial. You can almost think of their compliance system as a central brain. Biometric timekeeping, that's an undeniable record of attendance. Digital contracts, that gets rid of any he said, she said arguments. They even have AI that constantly scans for regulatory changes to make sure the whole system stays up to date. It's a complete accountability network. And here's a perfect, really simple example of that philosophy. They strongly prefer to communicate through text or email. Why? Because it creates a clear, documented record, a paper trail. It protects the student from any miscommunication and makes sure that everyone, both staff and students, is accountable for what was said. So, we have the system. But we all know a system is only as good as the people in it. And that brings us to the third and final pillar, the culture. This is the glue that holds the accessibility and the compliance together. It creates an environment where students don't just show up, they actually succeed. Honestly, this quote from the source just says it all. The environment is deliberately designed to be supportive and collaborative, not competitive. And when you have new people starting pretty much every day, that sense of community is absolutely essential to help everyone find their way. And you can see the ingredients of that culture right here. It's this deliberate mix of feeling like a family while also being completely focused on protecting students and getting them ready for their future careers. Every single piece is just as important as the next in creating a space that is both nurturing and incredibly effective. So, when you put these 3 pillars together, the radical accessibility, the digital compliance, and that culture of success, what you get is a powerful and honestly a replicable blueprint. Let's just quickly recap how it all fits together. Here it is, the whole blueprint in its simplest form. The accessibility gets students in the door the moment they're motivated. The compliance creates a safe and fair environment for them to actually learn. And the supportive culture gives them the human support they need to finish. See how each pillar reinforces the others? It creates a system where it's actually pretty hard for a student to fail.
And that really brings us to the big question. We've just looked at a model that is fast, it's safe, and it's supportive, and it has the numbers to back it up. So is this blueprint of radical accessibility, digital accountability, and its supportive culture just for the beauty industry? Or could this be the future of all workforce education?